Oh my goodness. If you're in the Miami metro area and thinking about either buying or selling a home, you've got to check this video out. I have some unprecedented data for you guys regarding price drops in the market right now towards the end of the video, but we're going to be talking about everything from mortgage rates, pending sales, median sale prices, all kinds of good data. So definitely make sure that you pay attention or take some notes or rewind and watch the video again for a second time if you need to, because this one's going to be action packed. Jake Fletcher with the Fletcher Group at eXp Realty here in Miami, Florida. And I gotta say, if you guys could do me a quick little favor and smash the like button, hit subscribe, ring the notification bell, that really helps me out. Without you guys as the audience here, I'm just a guy in a room talking in a mic, and that's sad. So I appreciate all the support. So in this video, like I said, we have at least 7 or 8 different statistics that we're gonna be going over, and it's gonna illustrate a very clear picture of what's happening in the Miami metro area as far as real estate goes right now in July going into August in 2022. So first thing, like I said, we're talking about mortgage rates. So this has been a very interesting development here in the last recent couple days. You can see a big drop off there from about 5.5% to about 5.1% in mortgage rates since the 27th until the 29th. So in 2 days, you dropped almost 0.5% for mortgage rates, and they're actually down 1.15% since the high on June 14th of 2022, which was 6.28%. Now, as of July 29th, is 5.13%. So that's a 1.15% reduction in mortgage rates, which in specifically we're talking about the 30-year fixed rate mortgage. That's a big difference. And remember the rule of 10% in real estate. So for every 1% that mortgage rates drop, buyers gain about 10% of purchasing power. So we expect prices to, in a normal market, raise by about 10%. Or vice versa, if rates go up 1%, then we expect prices to go down 10% because buyers just lost purchasing power. So we can see that right here from that 6.28 down to the 5.13 right there for the 30-year fixed rate conventional, like I said. Now, just real quick, we'll show the 30-year FHA chart. Same thing, just different numbers. You went from 5.75 to about 4.62. So again, more than a 1% drop. So that's really interesting, something to keep in mind here. So first thing that we wanted to talk about is pending sales. So let's go ahead and check out those pending sales. And this is for the Miami metro area. And what we can see here is that pending sales for the first time have substantially slowed down since the end of 2019, right? So we can see end of 2019 is the blue line there. We can see that was like the last substantial slowdown. And now we've seen an even more drastic slowdown since about February of this year, ending in about May of this year, because it takes at least a month and a half, sometimes longer for properties to close. So what we see there is a very drastic decrease in the number of pending sales, okay? So that's a very interesting thing to keep in mind as we're going through this, all right? So pending sales, the biggest substantial slowdown since the end of 2019 is in the process of happening now. So let's look at the number of sales or homes sold. So homes sold are also, we also have the steepest decline since the very beginning of the pandemic in 2020. Now that was a period of time where the whole world was basically on pause for a quick little second there, if you remember. And even home sales were slowing down substantially at that point in time. We can see that again in our blue line here. We saw, the blue line, is 2019. We can see that in the red line here is the big dip for, when the number of sales declined right around the beginning of the pandemic, so it started around like late February, early March, end of March, and then ends in about June of 2020. That was when people were like, oh, okay, rates are low and the world's not going to end. Well, let's go buy some real estate. So, that's what we see there. As far as homes sold right now, we see the steepest decline that we've seen in the number of homes sold in a long time. So year over year, home sales are down 26.5%. 2021, they were down year over year, they were down 100%, right? And then from 2020, they were down 30% almost, right? And then in 2019, they were basically at parity. They were like 0.2% up. So, home sales for the last 3 years have done nothing but decline, okay? And the reason why is because there's been drastically less inventory, so less things for people to buy. Well, that's one reason at least. So going on here, let's go to the median sale price next. So the median sale price, this is a really easy one to look at because it's been doing nothing but going up, okay? So you can see 2019, it was going up, 2020, going up, 2021, going up, 2022, it's done nothing but go up until it's at the median sale price of $485,000 right now, which is, pretty substantial compared to last year. Median sale price was $410,000, right? So that's a $75,000 increase. And then 2020, it was $335,000. So you're talking about a $150,000 increase in the median sale price just in 2 years' time. So that's a huge, substantial, significant data point to keep in mind here. All right. So moving on, let's go ahead and check out the median days on market, which is the next one here on our list. So the median days on market right now, you can see it's about 44, which is the lowest in the last 4 years. And it's continued to reduce since about June of 2020. So we look at that 2020 again as our red line here. Boom, June right there. We started to see median days on market go down. And then in 2021, the orange line, they continued to go down. And then 2022, that's our black line here, it's continued to go down. There's been moments where it's leveled off a little bit. There's been moments where it's more of a decline. But all in all, when you adjust for seasonality, the median days on market has simply just declined, right, in the last few years, where from 2019, you had about 67 days on market to now about 44 days on market. So pretty significant, okay? Now, next up, what I wanted to talk about is our average sale to list price ratio. Now, this is, if you've been watching my channel for a bit, then you know what this is, but this is basically just the ratio between what a house is listed at versus what it actually sells for. So let me actually move myself here so you can see it a little better. This crazy increase here in 2022, it looks pretty drastic. Really, you're talking about a 1%-ish increase from about 97% average sale to list price to about 98.5%. So about 1.4, 1.5% increase since the beginning of this year, right? But 2021, we were at about 97% sale price to list price. And then in 2020, we were at about 95. And 2019, it was about 95.5. So, 95 seems to be a little bit more of a normal sale price to list price ratio. Because of the lack of supply and the continuous demand, what we're seeing is even as lately as supply has increased, and even as demand has, it kind of tapered for a little bit, but now it's come back steady, especially with, the reduction in mortgage rates recently. I think we're going to see a pop in demand. That remains to be seen. But despite all that, we've continued to see that the market is tightening in terms of the ratio between the sale price to list price. It's getting closer and closer to that 100%. And it's actually closer to that 100% than any time in the last 4 years. So most people aren't getting deals, quote unquote, right now. They're actually getting quite the opposite. They're getting, I mean, pretty much as close to list price if you're a seller as you've gotten in any recent time period. So next up, I want to talk about supply. So months of supply, or in this case, weeks of supply, because it's a little better to measure it in weeks because it's so quick. Weeks of supply has just recently crossed the levels that we were at year over year in 2021. And it's been steadily going up since February of this year. So what do I mean? Let's check it out. So you see this was kind of steady as far as like weeks of supply. You had about like 16, 15, 14. It was going down, but not like super drastic. And then just recently, like I said, since about February-ish right here, we were at 11, and now it's done 11.7. It's done nothing but go up since then. 11.9, 12.1, 12.4, 14, going up to 16.6 weeks of supply as of July 24th of this year. So right here is where it crossed the barrier year over year of what it was at in 2021. So we officially have more supply, weeks of supply of inventory than we did at the same time last year, which is very significant considering that we've been in this sort of supply and demand crunch between there being nothing to buy, but there being tons of demand, right? So things are leveling out. That's the major takeaway about the Miami metro market that I want you guys to get from this video. The market's starting to normalize. Okay, now let's talk about price drops. I told you we were gonna get into price drops in this video, and this is something that is very interesting to check out here because, as you can see, that's a drastic change, right? So the market is responding to there being more inventory, yet less sales and less pending sales by reducing prices to meet the market, okay? So the amount of listings that have had price drops since the same time last year is just shy of a doubling, all right? The important thing to keep in mind, though, is that it went from about 1.9% of listings that were having price drops at the end of July in 2021 to now about 3.4% of active listings currently experiencing price drops. So although it looks like a crazy upward line, and yeah, it is statistically significant when you compare it to the other action that we've seen in this category over the last few years. However, it went from basically like a low point right here of 1.4% to the 3.4, right? So you're not even talking about 4% of the active listings that are having price drops. Only 3.4% are even having these price drops. So I've seen in other markets where it's like 10, 15, even 20% of listings having price drops. So what that tells me is, from a national standpoint, the demand in Miami, which is backs up what I've said in like almost every other video that I've talked about this, is that the demand in Miami is much more resilient than in other markets. Everyone and their grandma and their uncle and their cousin's pet squirrel is trying to move to Miami right now. Basically, right now, we're at the same level of price drops that we were at in 2019, as you can see from this graph here, which, it was about 3.2-ish percent of listings that had price drops in July 2019. So we're at that same level of price drop action as we were pre-pandemic, okay? So in my opinion, it's not super significant in and of itself, but what's significant is the rate at which the price drops have happened and have increased. So to me, that's illustrative of just how quickly the market is shifting and reacting to new market circumstances right now. So that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. it's a very interesting time to be looking at Miami real estate market data, or any data, I'm sure, across the country, because it's interesting times that we're living in. But I think it's important to kind of put things into context and understand what it means for you as a buyer and a seller. So if you're a buyer right now, what this means is, hey, it's a good time to get back into the market if you kind of were on the sidelines waiting for things to shift a bit. Because number one, your interest rates have just reduced by, like we said, about 1.1%, 1.15. And there's more inventory. There's more weeks of inventory. There is, you're not getting as much of deals because you're at like 98% list price to sale price ratio. But we are seeing that, if we go back to our median sale price chart, we can see that although they've gone up, right, it's not like a super steep increase at the moment. Okay, so I think that the market is starting to normalize. I don't feel like we're going to see a giant price correction in the market, especially now that we're seeing mortgage rates going down. If you see mortgage rates continue to go down, then you can definitely bet that prices are also not going to go down, because buyers have more purchasing power. So that's the case for if you're a buyer. It's a good time to get back into the market. It's a good time to have more options to pick from. Don't think that you're going to get like a crazy deal, like 10% off of a property or something. But you can definitely rest assured that, with lower mortgage rates, it's going to be more affordable for you to buy a property now than it was about a month or so ago. So that's pretty cool. If you're a seller right now, what we're seeing is that, hey, median sale prices are higher than they've ever been, okay? And days on market are lower than they've ever been, okay? So even though there's a slight bit less demand, there's less sales, less pending sales, there's still plenty enough demand where days on market is historically low and median sale price is historically high. So it's a great time to capitalize on, cashing out of any of your investments or your primary home, if that's the case, at the current moment, right? And if you're going to then go and purchase after you sell, then you're at a point now where you have lower mortgage rates than you had last month. So if that trend continues, that'll just continue to be beneficial for anyone who's looking to buy. So those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Again, I love when you guys interact. And, it's definitely, it makes me very happy to see people commenting and telling me what they think, or asking questions and just getting engaged. So, feel free to leave a comment, hit the like button, smash the like button actually, and then subscribe and ring the notification bell so you don't miss videos like this in the future. Jake Fletcher here with the Fletcher Group at eXp Realty in Miami, Florida, your Miami real estate agent. And reach out to me anytime, guys. All my contact info is down below in the comments, and you can also schedule a free consultation with me on my Calendly link there, and I'd love to help you out. So let's connect, and until the next time, hope you guys keep on winning, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.